You wonder why there's no peace in your life. You feel every interaction is a struggle. Everywhere seems like everywhere you turn, it feels you feel like you're being dragged down. You can't you can't rise up. Well, maybe, just maybe, you should check your circle. Check your circle, the people that you deal with. Check the ones that you interact with. Whether it's your close knit of friends or family members. So sometimes when dealing with people, you are putting up with too much negative people. And you need to remove yourself from those people. You need to remove yourself from those people. Now, enabled to have a peace of mind, to feel lighter, there's certain people you should not deal with. You should remove yourself from far away from these kind of people. One type of person is argumentative type. They have an opinion of something that you may disagree with, and you give your insight, and they just argue. They just disagree because they feel that their opinion is more valuable than yours. So you need to remove yourself from argumentative people. The other type is the ones that they feel that they're right, no matter what. No matter what they say, no matter what they do, even when they're in the wrong, even when it's wrong, they feel like they are right. So you need to remove yourself from those kind of people. Last but not least, the ones that want to control the conversation. Ones that always have something negative to say about what you're doing and how you're moving and your solutions. These types of people are no good for you. They drain you and they will drag you down. You got to remove yourself. You got to remove yourself from these kind of people and able to have a peaceful life. And these types, they feel that they know more than you. In a way, they feel like they are better than you. Not only know more, but they tend to want to put themselves above you for no reason at all, because they have a bias and an outlook about you, not an outlet, but an outlook about you. They feel that you don't have any value, you don't have any knowledge or perspective. on certain things. And so when you find yourself around these people, say very few words to no words at all if you have to deal with them. Now, if it's your family, if it's your direct family members, it's hard to separate yourself. Maybe difficult to separate yourself from them. If you at your job and you need that job, it's harder. It's not as easy to separate yourself away from these people. But what you can do is you minimize the blow. And what I mean by that is say few, be cordial, do your work, do the job, do your work, and you just dial in. You know, cut your conversation short with them. Don't linger too long, and don't linger too long. If you got to, you just strictly on the job. If these kind of people trying to have a conversation, want to know what you did on the weekend, or they want to shoot the breeze, just bring it back to the job. Just have short answers. Or especially if they want to have their thoughts of what they think about the job or the assignment. And those you got to be careful, because it seems like they are fishing for you to say your opinions. And then what they would do is they would go tell someone else, and then that's someone else, and that's it. By the time it gets to the manager, you didn't said something that you really didn't say. So you keep the conversations really short and on the task when you're on the job. Around family, there's ways around that. Now, if you're, if you are older, you can move out. You can find your own spot. You can separate yourself that way. But if you're young and if you can't move, obviously you can't move out, then you just have to knuckle down and bear down. And I'm gonna talk about that in another video. On ways on how you can separate yourself, how you can have peace in the midst of chaos. But yeah, that's what you would have to do. Keep your conversations short and sweet and be on focus. When you do that, you will have a peace of mind, and you would feel less stress. Like, share, comment, and subscribe on more topics like these.